It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got Marshawn Lattimore, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Saints and the Vikings, just ahead on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Cousins looking to put it up right away. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 18 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca. Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown of the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by the rookie out of Ole Miss, Matt Corral.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Here's Corral on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Corral looking to throw it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Saints had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Corral to throw, 1st and 10. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 3 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
First carry here for Kene Nwangu. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, it's Corral. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive. Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football. On the play fake, Corral. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Corral. This will be caught once again by Brown. Touchdown, Saints. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Cousins to throw it. Open man is Thielen is complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. First down, here's the run with Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now Cousins. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Cook. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. To throw, Cousins. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota.
The kick by Joseph is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Matt Corral in this offense back to the field now.
Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
That's what
too.
I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
One of the things that led this organization to commit to him as a starting quarterback as a rookie, his ability to keep his eyes downfield and make plays out of the pocket. Able to see the receiver while on the move and complete a really accurate throw.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Corral looking to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Receiver factor at Ohio State turned out an NFL-ready deep threat this year in Olave, who New Orleans jumped up to get at number 11. The Saints learned last year they need another defense breaker in their receiver room to allow a little bit of space to throw underneath. Sub 4.4 speed and the history of turning deep routes into touchdowns made Chris Olave their guy, and he gets them the first down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Corral, the pass caught by Olave. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
2nd and 10, Corral.
It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown! Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, the 4th of the year, as his guys have now moved out in front.
In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 14 to 10. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it's Hollywood, Marquise Brown, who finishes it off with the touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern.
They start the drive with Cook.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Corral. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Corral with it on 1st down. That's Olave bringing in another one. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Corral. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. And Corral will throw it. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get this to the 22. So they begin to play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Play action here. Corral. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's Corral. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dawson Knox, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. Both teams making their final adjustments. We're closing in on the second half. And for the call, let's get you back over to London, where we rejoin Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. From the 6, and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And this will wind up as Saints first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield, and going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. We'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, here's Corral. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Meanwhile, Corral's throw here taken in by Knox. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that play. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game. That has a chance to tighten up considerably.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed on that route. He's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Dances by him. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Lewis Seen
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Back to the ground, Cook.
Down at the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota.
Joseph's got it, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Corral now to throw.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
3rd down, Corral.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Kamara trying the right side. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It was Harrison Smith there up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Corral looking to pass, 2nd down.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On 3rd down, Corral.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
Well, now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. On 1st down, Corral. He completes it to Olave.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Now Hill going to keep it running left.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown from a yard out. And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A first down throw for Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 35 on second down, Cousins looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Cousins now from the 50. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Cousins. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and a mile. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Corral. Thomas brings it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
And you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 13-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 2nd and goal, there's an option play left. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards. Brings up 4th down. Fourth down. Corral looking to throw it. And he's got it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Out of his end zone, Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Corral's throw is taken in by Water. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are. And let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Going right back to Michael Thomas.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Corral looking for another pass here.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. The line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Third and goal. Here's Corral.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off. But they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Saints, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.